and welcome to the Happy Handyman Show. I'm Trudy Chook, broadcasting live from Johnny Chook's Home and Hardware. Going to be here for the next 30 minutes, and we're going to talk serious hardware. So I got 2 new products that I'm dying to tell y'all about. We're going to go over some things that I think you should be doing right now, and we're going to go over some maintenance kind of things. But first of all, I want to tell you where we're located. We're at 2361 Northwest Military Highway, which is about 2 miles north of Loop 410, right past the light at Lock Hill, Selma. The store is going to be open till 6:30 today. Tomorrow, for your convenience, 11 to 5. So, if you have a question about anything I'm going to be talking about, you can call the store and they can help you with that. But I'll be here till about 4 o'clock. Then I go to church, and then I'll be here all day tomorrow. So if you have a question, we leave it all up on the table. And if you have a question, you can ask me, and I'll be here, and I'll try to help you. All right. So let me tell you, we've got some things going on. The December the 20th, which is 2 weeks. That's when Santa comes back again, and we're going to have 3 or 4 little pop-ups, a coffee one, the cookie one, and then flowers. And let me tell you, the cookie lady and I are working on having her cookies fresh in here every week. She is such a big hit when she comes. And most of my employees, I see munching on them all the time. And she does beautifully decorated cookies. So if you wanted to give like a small gift to somebody, I mean, why not use one of her cookies? They're gorgeous and they taste tremendous, okay? And she's going to be one of the pop-ups that's here, but mainly it's going to be Santa. He'll be here, I think, from 3 to 5, or is it 11? 11 to 3 or 1 to 3? He'll call the store. It's like 1 to 3 or 11 to 3, something like that. And he is just the perfect Santa, and he brings Mrs. Santa with him, and she is a doll. So put it on your calendar to come in for the 20th. We will have countdown sales going on starting next weekend. So be sure and listen up. Go to our Facebook page. And speaking of Facebook page, we are live right now on Facebook. So anything that I talk about, I'm going to be showing you on our Facebook page. And those of you that are watching right now, you can tell that I have kids' pajamas and adult Christmas t-shirts behind me. And they are adorable. The kids' pajamas are made by Goosey's. They feel wonderful. They look great. They wash great. And it's just a small business that we do business with. And come on in and take a look. They don't just do pajamas. They do all kinds of stuff. All right. So I'm super excited to tell you about 2 new products. The first one I'm going to tell you about is called it's Morgan's Repellent. You know, I carry Morgan's Repellent for rats and mice, okay? And he talked about at the end of last year that he was going to come out with something for squirrels. And I went, really, Clyde? You're gonna? Because squirrels are a difficult bunch. I mean, sometimes, you know, we carry birdseed in here, and we carry that hot birdseed, and they said the squirrels won't touch it. Well, the other day, I watched a squirrel knock the bird feeder enough to get a bunch of feed to fall down on the ground, and he went to town on it. I mean, I just, you know, I thought, so squirrels are a difficult bunch. And sure enough, he came out with what he calls Squirrel Bloc. And I am super excited about this. It comes in kind of the same container as his regular Morgan's Repellent, and it's all natural, okay? There's nothing that is going to kill anything. It doesn't smell bad. I mean, it smells bad to the squirrels, but it's not horrible to us. And it works really great, like in controlled areas. Like, say, if you have squirrels coming in a shed or something like that, you put this in your shed and you won't have any problems with squirrels. Now the great part about it, okay, this is just kind of like a twofer. It's going to repel mice and rats also. It is a beefed up version of his regular one, plus a couple of other things. And he doesn't want me to talk about this a whole lot, but it also repels spiders. He says because he wants people to know what it really is for squirrels. But it's called Squirrel Bloc. And so if you have a problem with squirrels, my mom always has a problem with them getting on her outdoor furniture. And so I want to put them around her outdoor furniture because she'll cover it up. And so they'll actually get underneath the cover and then chew on the outdoor furniture. Well, I want her to put this repellent underneath that cover also. And it's good for like a 15 by 15 area. So like I said, great for sheds, boat houses, your garage, attic. Okay, put a couple of these containers up in your attic and that would keep the squirrels away. So if you're having a problem with squirrels, if they're driving you nuts and tearing up your property, then come on in and let me show you this Morgan's Squirrel Bloc. It's going to be the same price, I think. Now I don't know. As the rat and mice one, but and it's good for 90 days. And when you come in, let me tell you how to use it because we have a specific way that works really well with this. Morgan's repellent. Now, he told me, Clyde and I are close because I was so on board with this rat repellent because I had same price. Okay, thank you. A terrible problem with an infestation, luckily only in my garage. It's a long story, but I didn't know that there was a bunch of grass seed in my garage. And all of a sudden, I kept seeing little mice run out my garage every once in a while, and I thought, oh, okay, it's no big deal, until it was. And it was overwhelming overnight. And I had to hire people to get rid of it because, they were one step away from getting inside my house. And so if you ever see any activity at all, if you'll just go right away and some of that Morgan's repellent, you won't have any problem. We don't have any problem here in the store, and we were never able to carry birdseed. Now we can, and we never see any problem at all. So that's my testimonial, Morgan's. It's just really good. Now this next year, he says he's going to come out with a formula. This guy, he's brilliant. I can't say enough nice stuff about him. He's just really smart, and he is really good at the repellent area. And he is going to make a repellent for flies and mosquitoes. And I can't wait. And I'm hoping that he's going to come out with it before it gets really bad in the spring. So we'll keep our fingers crossed. But if squirrels are a problem for you right now, go to the aisle that's got the repellents on it, and you'll find the Morgan Squirrel Bloc. All right. Before I tell you about the other new product that we've got, I want to kind of go over some things that I think are real important right now, and that is freeze protection. I think we are going to get slammed, and it's going to happen real quick, and it may not be this month, but it may be the end of the month in early January. And I just want you to be prepared because let me tell you, the big boxes, they've already ordered everything that they're going to get in for freeze protection. They're not like us where we can every week order what I need and I can get it in, and especially the Freeze Miser. Y'all know that I am a big fan of Freeze Miser, and yes, it is not the least expensive freeze protection that you can buy, but it's the most dependable. And let me tell you why I say that. Remember when we had that snowpocalypse back in 2021? We had just started carrying Freeze Misers back then, and I bought a couple of them forgetting that I had this real weird faucet outside that the previous owner, Mr. Young, had to wash cars with. It was kind of an offshoot of another one. I didn't think you could do that in plumbing, but evidently you can. And so I bought freeze misers for the front and for the back, and I put them on. You screw them on. If you can screw on a garden hose, you can screw on a freeze miser. And then you turn your water on, and you don't just trickle it, you turn it on. And the freeze miser, it takes care of everything else. If it's not cold enough, it won't drip. If it's cold enough, it will drip. If it gets real cold, it starts a steady drip. So it's very smart, okay? So I suggest getting freeze misers. They're guaranteed for 2. I'm on my 3rd year, but I'm gonna get some new ones, okay? Now, we have weather that is super unpredictable. So today it was pretty chilly this morning, and today then it's going to get up to 74. Well, it'll do that during Christmas too. It'll drop down into the 20s and then go up to 60. So what do you want to do? Of course, I'm going to suggest getting a freeze miser, and then I'm going to suggest get a Y connection for your garden hose. Now, the one that I'm showing on Facebook right now is not all solid brass. I'm going to tell you, get the solid brass one. They just hold up a lot better. They don't leak, and they'll last longer, okay? But I wanted to be able to show y'all. And then in a Y connector, you've got 2 places that you can hook up garden hoses, which is really great. Like if you're gonna water both sides of the yard, or you're hand riding one and you've got the sprinkler going with the other. It's just real convenient. But during the winter time, what you can do is you can put your freeze miser on one side, have the water open to that, and then you can hook up a garden hose to the other side on days like today when you might want to go outside and water. And you'll turn off the water to the freeze miser and turn the water side on for your garden hose, okay? And then you can water. And then you can turn off the water to the garden hose and turn on the water to the freeze miser. And this freeze miser will not just protect one side of your Y. It will protect the whole Y and the pipe behind it, okay? A lot of people don't understand that it not only protects your faucet, but it also protects the pipe behind it. Now, I said I had a testimonial. All right, so during that snowpocalypse, I had both of those faucets taken care of, but the other one, when I realized how cold it was gonna get, I went outside, I wrapped it with towels and plastic, and I thought, it'll be okay. There was no way to attach any kind of other faucet protection on it because it came out from a wall. And so then the next day, everything was fine. But by that second day, when the temperature had stayed down for so long, my first, everything I had a freeze miser on was fine. But the one I didn't, it was leaking. And I had to go and try to find my water shutoff. And let me tell you, when the ground is covered with snow, sometimes it's not easy to find it. The best thing to do is to put a sprinkler flag in it, and then that way you can see where your shutoff is. And then I had to replace a faucet. I had to shut off the water. It was a nightmare, okay? So what I should have done the night before was, when I realized it was going to stay down and get cold, should have come back up to the store and got another freeze miser. But no. So don't do what I do. Get a freeze miser. They are just super dependable. But if a freeze miser is not in your budget, there are a couple of other things you can do. So one, you can do your just normal freeze protection, and this works well as long as you have a regular garden hose handle, you know, like a little round one or something like that. And then this tucks up, this freeze protection, it's like a, kind of like a big cap, okay? It snugs up next to the house, and it will keep the faucet protected, okay? And then another kind, and there's two kinds. There's the hard styrofoam, and then there is also this kind of loose kind of styrofoam, or softer styrofoam. And then they also make a, what they call like a sock, okay, faucet protection. And what it is really good for, how many of you have those handles that are the quarter turn handles on your faucets? I love them because you don't have to spend all your time going back and forth. And for people that have problems with their hands, like arthritis, like I think that's happening to my thumb, then these are really good because they will go over that. And then, but you're gonna need to follow up. If you have a pipe coming out, any at all, you're gonna need to follow up with the pipe protection. Don't think that this little sock will keep everything protected, but as long as you get it up close to the house, and then you, anything, if you have anything else, you cover it with pipe insulation, you'll be good. All right, so I'm just telling you now, even though it doesn't look like you need it right now, go get it. Go get it. If you don't have it, go get it. If you do have it, get it out where you can find it. Okay. All right, so the second new product that we have out, okay, many of you are familiar with the Philips Dusk to Dawn light, and most of them, they're in a frosted light. And so, yes, it gives out 60 watts, but it's, you know, it's still frosted. Well, they came out with a clear one. Oh my gosh. It would look so good in your lighting fixtures. And so this is a Dusk to Dawn light, also made by Philips. It's a soft white, so it's kind of more of a yellowy glow. And this will come on at dusk and go off at dawn. And these are great to have all out front, like your fixtures that you have out front. I have 3 fixtures on the outside of my house, all facing the front. And so, and they all have these Dusk to Dawn lights. And once you install them, and they last so long, 3 years. I think I finally replaced one twice now. And so, and I've had them out front for about 7 years. But this, the next one I'm going to do is I'm going to do the clear one because I think it's going to look brighter. So Philips does a good light bulb. They really do. Now, last week I told y'all, and I think this is the time to do it, is this Satco floodlight. It's a par 38. So what does a par 38 mean? You know those floodlight fixtures that you see all the time? And this is the same size bulb that goes in it, okay? Same shape, same kind of neck on it, same part where you screw it in, okay? And this is a Dusk to Dawn. Most floods that are for protection at night, they're like a motion detector. And so, yes, it will come on, but only when there's motion. So I like the idea of being Dusk to Dawn, just like I like the front, Dusk to Dawn. And I have several floods that are in my backyard, and they all have this Dusk to Dawn now. And so as soon as it starts to get dark, which is like 5:30 almost, then these lights come on, and then they go off as soon as the sun comes out, or as soon as it's a little bit of daylight. And they are great, and they're not expensive, and they will last you a long time. It's a 90 watt replacement, but it only pulls 14 watts of power. So they're great. All right, so let me talk to you about Through the Roof. I haven't talked about Through the Roof in a long time. And we've been having this on and off rain. You really wouldn't call it rain, but if you have a leak in your house, it will be enough to cause damage on the inside of the house. How many of you sometimes think, okay, I finally got that leak fixed? You either called a roofer or you went up there yourself and you put that black tar all over it, and then come to find out that leak was not there where you thought it was. And that's the sneaky part about leaks, is they can be someplace else. And what you see on the inside of your house is not where it's coming from. And it does so much damage to the inside. The sheetrock will start coming down. You have to go then replace the sheetrock. If you're not careful, you end up getting a little hole there, and that's a whole different ball game. So what do? There is a product that's been on the market for a long time. It's called Through the Roof. Now, you want to know why they thought of that name? Okay, every one of these hardware things that I talk about, they all have a background story. All right, the reason they call it Through the Roof is because it was made to seal around anything that went through your roof, like a pipe or a vent. Yep. So it's an all-weather formula. You can put it on even when it's raining outside. It is crystal clear. I mean crystal. Those of you that are watching on Facebook, you can see, you can read the directions through this thing, so it'll never turn ugly on you. You know that black plastic stuff, mastic, that they put on? After a year, it cracks. It looks so bad. And once it cracks, then that's it. Hey, and I want to say hi to Cindy and hi to Jean that are watching on Facebook right now. You guys are very loyal. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so Through the Roof comes in a caulk formula, which is perfect for like around the fireplace, around your vents on the roof, around any kind of pipe that's coming out of the roof, anything like that. And then they also make a brushable formula. And so you say, well, why do you need a brushable? Let me tell you why. You remember earlier when I said sometimes you don't always know where these leaks are coming from because it will roll, okay? So where you think you have a leak, that's not really where it is. It's someplace else, but it rolls a certain way. So you can take the brushable formula that is crystal clear also and brush in a general area that you think your leak is. And it just goes on. It dries crystal clear. It shows up, but it doesn't show off, okay? That's what people, I like to say. It shows up and takes care of the job, but it doesn't show off. You can't see it on your roof line. It is the best product. And of course, made by Sashco Sealants. So, you know, a while ago I just said something I want to remind you. It's good to go around pipes, vent pipes that go up. Do you ever smell like an odor in your bathroom? Okay, like for no reason at all, okay? You'll just walk in there, nobody's been in the bathroom, and you smell a odor in the bathroom. That is usually caused from a clogged pipe on the roof. What happens is leaves fall down in it, and then little spiders build spider webs, and then more leaves go down on it, and then in just a little bit you have this clogged pipe, which will not release the sewer gases, and so the sewer gases come back down inside the bathroom, and that's what you smell. So how do you get rid of that? All you gotta do is put a garden hose down that pipe, run water through it a little bit, not you, somebody else, and that'll take care of everything. So, all right, how many of you just struggle with getting hard water stains out of your toilet? I mean, you have tried everything. I always get kind of tickled when people tell me things. I used vinegar. Okay. I used, what do people tell me? Vinegar, baking soda, all kinds. Those things are not going to tackle the hard water that's in San Antonio that will build up in your toilet. Around your shower head, usually that'll take care of it. Vinegar and little baggy, okay? But in your toilet, the best thing to get rid of hard water stain is a product that we probably had for 45 years. It's called Delete Germ. And Delete Germ is a toilet bowl cleaner that the hospitals used to use here in San Antonio. And it is, the reason they liked it because it would break down hard water stains and the buildup that can build up around the bowl, okay? and this breaks it down. But it doesn't have a strong smell. It kind of smells like peppermint. I don't know what's in it, but it will effectively remove rust stains out of your toilet. It will remove hard water stains, and it will take care of any kind of mold and grime. Now, if you have a toilet bowl where you haven't messed with it a whole bunch, and you've got a hard water buildup above the water line, let me show you another product. It's called a Flexi Scour. Okay, those of you that are listening, you're going, how can I see it? Okay, I'm telling y'all. Okay, get a Pumice Flexi Scour. It is a pumice infused screening material that will remove the hard water, and it just does a real great job, and it will not stain your toilet. It will not scratch your toilet. Okay, I think that noise is trying to tell me that we're all out of time. All right, so let me tell you where we're located. We're at 2361 Northwest Military Highway. The phone number is 210-341-1573, and that's it for this week, folks. It's time for you to roll up your sleeves and get busy on some of these projects we've been talking about. But by all means, you remember one thing: it will always be a great day to paint. See you next week.